And we are live Sunday, April 27th, 3:30 p.m. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Pierre Roberge, the Daily Trader. So today we are going to do what we usually do during our Tesla Weekly Live. We do a live like this every Sunday. Most of the time, it is for my members only, but once a month, like close to the first of the month, I am doing a Tesla Weekly Live free that is public on YouTube. So this one is free and public on YouTube. So the goal is so that people that are not members can see what I do. So this is what we are going to do today. So we are going to take a look at all the stocks that we have. Tesla, VIX. We are going to look at the bonds, US dollar, stock indices, the Magnificent Seven. We are going to look at interesting stocks also. Palantir, which is not part of the Magnificent Seven, SMCI, SoFi, blah, 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 Marathon, Open. We are going to look at maybe 30 stocks. EV stocks, Bitcoin, XRP, gold and silver. So you know this is your all-stop shop. One-stop shop for your technical analysis. And what we are doing here on this channel is that we are doing technical analysis. So what is that? This is the analysis of the tug of war between the buyers and sellers. And we are focusing on that. If we focus on news, if we focus on the fundamentals of a company, we are not looking at the complete picture, because a company might be doing super great, have had a great quarter, but the stock can tank, even though they had a great quarter. Why can it tank, even if it had a great quarter? Well, there are many reasons for that. Maybe some institutions that were large investors in the company decided to just get out for whatever reasons. Maybe they want to rearrange their portfolio into some other company. So this can happen. They can sell on the top when everything is doing great and you think that it is going to continue because the company had a great quarter, and they just decide to, no, we are going to sell and go into something else. This can happen, and this can influence the stock. Also, we have future projects. Maybe the company had a great quarter, but is announcing that, in terms of future projects, there are not many of them. There are some concerns in the market that the company can reinvent itself. There are thousands of reasons why a company can go down even though they had a great quarter. And we have a lot of examples. And Tesla is a great example. Tesla is a really great example for that. If we look at this chart of Tesla, this is a daily chart of Tesla, and Tesla made a all-time high November 5th, 2021. Since then, it has been going down. Tesla has been going down since November of 2021. Yes, there has been some moves up in there, but overall, this has been going down. So the stock was at $400 in November, and now we are at 168. And Tesla had some great quarters. Look at this one. January 26, 2022. 7% earnings surprise, 3% revenue surprise. What did happen? The stock went down later on. Came back up, came down, further down. Had another great earnings, 51% surprise. I cannot invent this. 51% positive surprise in earnings, 5% positive surprise in revenues. When was that? April 20th, 2022. And this is where Tesla was at that point. 50% surprise. So people would have thought, well, I guess this is going higher. No, the stock went from 330 bucks to 207. And then we had another great quarter, 25% surprise. This is fantastic. 25% surprise. This is going up. It was at 245. It went up to 313 and then went as low as 100 bucks. So you see the pattern here? You see the pattern? We see the pattern. So we cannot rely only on those earnings call to predict if a stock is going to go up or down. So what we do is that instead of looking at the reasons why a stock might move, you know, a good news, an institution that is investing in a stock, name it, we are not looking on this channel at the reasons why a stock might move. We are looking at the movement of the stock. So the movement of the stock is the ultimate fact, because it is showing us what buyers and sellers are willing to negotiate as the stock price. That's it. What are they willing to negotiate? And that negotiation is not moves. It moves up, it moves down, it moves up, it moves down, and we are analyzing these trends, because it always moves up and down. But sometimes it moves up and down like this, and sometimes it moves up and down like this, and sometimes it moves up and down like this. So this is what we are analyzing with our lines, and our lines demonstrate how low sellers are willing to sell and how high the buyers are willing to buy. And you cannot argue with that. You cannot argue with that because, you know, this is the most scientific thing you can think of, because it's based on facts. It's based on facts. It's based on prior transactions, and those transactions are public information. This is great. So if you take a look at this part right here, so this is let's say from July 21st to September 30th, 2022. So this is like a 3-month period. This is a 3-month period. Within that 3-month period, what did happen? What did happen was the stock price went from 265.32 to 313.13. I did not invent that number. This is actually what happened in the market. Exactly what happened in the market. The price of the stock during that period never went above 313.13. Do you find it odd that the price stopped exactly at that price point? It stopped here. It stopped here. Okay, I'm going to give it to you. This candle stopped at 314.67. It missed by $1.50. Then pretty much right smack on 313.13. Same thing here, just a little bit higher. This one was 313.80 here. So don't you find it odd that this price has been used in the past to delineate the frontier between the buyers and sellers? This is great information. Nobody wanted to pay more than 313.13 during those 3 months. And no sellers wanted to sell lower than 265.32. 265.32, 265.32, 265.32. So we are looking at the tops of the price, the tops and the bottoms of the transactions that happened during a period, and we are looking at them and we are just drawing a line. Okay, 313.13 is a price at which buyers don't want to pay more. Why didn't they want to pay more for Tesla stock? I don't know, and I don't care. I don't know and I don't care. They don't want to pay more than 313.13. This is great information. And the sellers did not want to sell at a lower price than 265.32. So once we have these two numbers, an upper number and a lower number, then if they are horizontally aligned, then we conclude that, okay, this is a congestion zone. The stock goes from one end to the other. So it tends to zigzag between these two prices. It tends to. Sometimes you can tell me, well, it's not really a zigzag. True. So sometimes it goes from one end to the other, and sometimes it does not go down to the bottom and goes back up. Does not go down to the bottom, goes back up. Okay, this time it does not go to the top and goes back down. And this one close to the top, very far from the bottom, then went higher, and you see, you catch my drift. This is not a perfect zigzag, but it respects 313.13 and 265.32. So once we have established an equilibrium, a balance between the buyers and sellers, then we can say, if we start going higher than 313.13, this is going to be different. If the stock goes lower than 265.32, then we are going to understand that something has changed. So people that did not want to pay higher than 313.13 or sell lower than 265.32 suddenly decided differently. They decided differently, and we don't know why. We don't always know why. Sometimes there is a specific news. FSD is going to be free. Let's say that Tesla would announce that. So then, if we were into an equilibrium in Tesla stock, and Tesla announces that, most likely it is going to break the upper resistance. This is the resistance at the top, and this is support at the bottom. So if we know of such news, that might impact what is happening, but we don't need to know the news. If we know it, it's always nice to feel smart and, oh yeah, Tesla is going up because of this. Yeah, it feels smart to say something like that, but we don't specifically need to know exactly why it's going higher, because we don't know every single buyers of Tesla stock and what are their reasons to buy. And we don't know every single sellers of Tesla stock, and we don't know all of their reasons for selling. But we can see the tug of war play out. And once we notice a pattern between the tug of war, the tug of war is between these two numbers I mentioned. And if there's a change, it goes lower and goes higher. This is a signal for us to, something happened in the market. Something different is happening right now. There's an imbalance right now, and we can decide to join that imbalance. If it's above going higher, then we can buy. If it goes lower, then we can sell or buy a put to follow the crowd, because this is a crowd behavior. We are looking at the crowd. So this is what we are looking on this channel. So we are identifying the patterns, the current patterns between the buyers and sellers. And this prevents us from making a lot of mistakes. It prevents us from making the biggest mistake ever, which is to hold a stock while it's going down. And we rationalize it by saying, well, it's going to go back up eventually. So that's one of the biggest mistakes, I think, because long term, this is what my teacher would tell me. Long term, we're all dead. So yet, while it's nice to invest long term, are you going to be there to reap the benefits? Maybe not. And who knows what is going to happen to the company you are investing in that you really believe in. Maybe the company is going to turn out to, have some bad news, bad technology, make a big mistake, and so on. And so when we look at technical analysis, if we see that the tug of war between the buyers and sellers is now led by the sellers, we just take our money out and we wait until it's the buyers that come back into a position of power. So this is preventing us from holding Tesla from $400 to 105 right here. And so we enter when we see an imbalance, between the buyers and sellers. And here are the ones that I called since 2023. We had an imbalance right here, January 23rd. Boom, we had an imbalance, we had a move up. Another imbalance right here, another move up, a big one. This one was big. This one was a little bit smaller. This one was tiny. And here it was super really small. But once the imbalance, however big, stops, we get up. So this is a different type of, I would not call it investing, because investing, you don't look at the stock price at the stock chart when you invest that much. You put your money into a company as if you are, because you are an investor, you are investing in the company and you believe in the company and you look for news that are helping you consolidate that belief in the company, and you don't really look at the stock price. It goes up, it goes down. You try not to look at it too much. And if your net worth in that stock goes down by half, you don't really feel good, but you rationalize it. Well, it's going to go back. It's going to come back up. It's going to come back up. This is a rationalization. It's going to come back up. It's going to come back up. And then you watch YouTube channels that tell you what you want to hear, that it's going to go back up eventually. Solving the money problem for a Tesla. This is a rationalizing, he is helping Tesla investors rationalize buying high and writing it down. So this is a type of rationalization. It's going to go back up. It's going to go back up. Another type, which is very similar, is, the price is so cheap now, I should buy more. So buying more into a stock that's going downward is riskier, in my opinion, than buying low and selling high. If you are buying while a stock is going down, you are buying high. And the trend is that we should be continuing to go down. So you are buying high and writing it down. So this is another type of rationalization. So this is so cheap now, I'm gonna double down and get back in again. So this is hard. This is hard to write something down. So this is the behavior and how investors think. On this channel, I did not call it the daily investor. I called it the daily trader, because when we trade, we don't marry the company. We look at the stock and we are looking at the swings. But swings, the word swing has a bad reputation. Oh, this is just catching a swing. Yeah. Well, swings can last a long time. This is a swing here. September 13, 2022 down to December. So that's a 4-month swing. 4-month swing. So it's not like it's a 1-day swing or a 1-hour swing. So this is 4 months. And then in 2023, this swing right here, it started in January and ended in February. So that's almost a month swing. It's not too bad. We don't have to look at the stock market every 5 minutes. So this is a 1-month swing. This other one right here, this is another month and almost 2 months if you think about this other thing here. So yeah, so yeah, Galaxy Dance. I wait for my chart to tell me when to buy. I know Tesla went up, but my chart said wait. I'm okay with that. Voila. So this is what we are doing on this channel. And this is what I'm sharing with you guys. So I am looking at Tesla stock and many of the stocks that you see here in this watch list, and I am drawing lines that tell us the behavior, the tug of war between the sellers, between the buyers and sellers. So we are identifying where is that tug of war, where is the frontier for that war. And right now, this is where we are at. Tesla closed at 168.29 on Friday. So this is the resistance, decreasing price. This is the support. The same thing as I showed you with the horizontal congestion zone that we call it. But sometimes it's not horizontal, it's diagonal. And this one is going down. This one is going down, and then we identified something new that happened. It was going down, you know. It has been going down since, you know, the top here was on March 26th. So it has been going down for 1 full month. Could not. So people were willing to buy Tesla stock at a lower price instead of using the same, where was I here? Instead of using the same upper price, 313.13, this time it was using a lower price. So yeah, nobody wanted to pay more than 183.67 on March 26th of this year. Then April 9th, nobody wanted to pay more than 177. They did not want to go higher, even as high as what they were willing to pay on March 26th. So the price is coming down. People are not willing to pay as much. You know who is doing technical analysis? The used car dealers. They are looking at the price of cars, and they are looking at the trends, and they are buying and selling, knowing that, well, this is what people are willing to pay now. People are willing to pay, let's say, I don't know, $30,000 US for a Tesla Model S 2016. I'm pulling that out of thin air. So they are looking at what people are willing to pay, and they are buying cars cheaper than that, of course, to sell at that price. So they are doing price analysis. The same thing that we are doing here, we are doing price analysis on the stock. And this is a lot easier because, you know, I just open my trading view, which is free. And I select a stock chart, and this is telling me all the prices that people paid in the past. So this is fantastic information. So I can analyze the price here in my house, in my office. This used to be, you know, this was going to be a walk-in closet. Imagine that. But no, I converted it, and boom. So I am here watching my screen. I have all the information that I need in order to analyze what the stock is doing. And what we discovered is that, we discovered that, right here, April 25th, Tesla stock broke that downward resistance. You know, we had the point right here, we had the point right here, we had the point right here, we had a line, and it broke it. People are no longer willing to pay a lower price for Tesla stock now. They are, so something changed. Something changed. People, I see the behavior of people. I don't know what they think in their heads, but I see their behavior. And if they are willing to pay higher, it's their business, but it's my business to spy on that and maybe do the same. And what did they, we don't need to understand why, but in this case, we might know. We might know, and this is what the analysts on CNBC say. Well, Tesla had a really bad quarter. They had a bad quarter. Yes, it had a bad quarter, a negative surprise of 8% on earnings, a negative surprise in 4% in revenues. Bad quarter. Bad quarter. This is a fact. Bad. But Elon said some things that made people maybe change their mind. He said, well, we are looking at building a cheaper car, and it won't be the super cheapest car, but we are going to do a cheaper car that is going to be built on our existing factory lines. Oh. And people thought, I guess, that that was interesting, because he does not have to build a new line, a factory line, in order to build that new car. He can build it on the same existing line that he has right now. So Tesla is going to build a cheaper car. It won't be the cheapest that they can build, but it's going to be a cheaper car than the Model 3 on the same lines. So what is going to happen? Well, he is going to sell maybe a lot of them because it's cheaper. And we are assuming that he can make profit on it too. And in terms of the cost, he won't have to spend, spend the capex to build a new line. So people are expecting greater profits in the future. And also the fact that full self-driving 12.35 is now available, and you can pay for it monthly. So people don't have to pay $12,000 or $15,000, depending on where you are. People can buy it monthly. So they are going to get more revenues because of that, we are assuming. So enough people are assuming that things are going to go better in the future. So this is making them want to pay higher for the Tesla stock. That's it, that's all. And we are looking at that. And we see that we have a break of resistance. So a break of downward resistance is one criteria that we want to see before deciding to buy. A second criteria is to have a stochastic above 60, which we have. And then the third criteria, if you want to follow those criteria, the third criterion is that we want to also break a horizontal resistance, and that horizontal resistance is at 180.38. So we have two out of three criteria for us to decide to buy. You can buy at any point in time. You can buy with zero criteria while it's coming down. But on this channel, we try to minimize our risk by having at least good things happening to the stock. So I mentioned it. Breaking of a downward resistance, which happened 2 days ago. And a break of stochastic over 60. That's another thing. And we are waiting for 180.38 to have the three criteria. So, this is what we are going to do for each stock. So, let's start. Let me say hi to people. The Baxen, thank you very much. Hello, Melissa. Yes, okay. Melissa, this is good. Let me say something about this. So Melissa says Tesla was good for a bump. However, it's still in the bearish channel. Absolutely, it was in the bearish channel. And we need to take that into consideration. We need to take that into consideration. But I just want to point out that this was this is the current bearish channel, and we have several bearish channels. So this is the current bearish channel, and within that channel, we had some swings up. And in 2023, we had, we had a really big swing up, even while we were into a bearish channel. So we need to take that into consideration too. So right now we are outside of this bearish channel right here. We have a fourth one that is right here. We are still inside. We are still inside this one too. We have patterns within patterns within patterns. So this is another one that we are in. We are maybe in the middle of that one right here. We are in the middle. So we'll see what is going to happen. It's possible that we bounce between 162.56 and 180.38. So this is currently where we are at. We are expecting bouncing like this. We are expecting bouncing like this because we are outside of this bearish channel. So we are into this congestion zone. So we could be expecting a zigzag like this. If we break 180.38, then let me clear this up a little bit. So if we break 180.38, then we are going to be outside of this congestion zone. So then we are going to start looking at, well, this is going to be a 3 criteria buy impulse. And let me make this a little bit easier to see. So if we break 180.38 right here, let's say on Monday, then we could be expecting a move. This is going to be a positive thing. So we can be expecting a move, and then we are going to see if we are able to break this one right here. So this is approximately this is 194.35. 194.35 is right here at the top. So we are going to see if it caves into that. It could cave into that. It could cave into that. So it would be just a little bit of a swing. This is the potential of profit that we can make. If it starts breaking this, then we are going to start thinking about this other resistance right here. And depending on when and if it breaks it, then it's going to be this resistance that we are going to watch. So yes. Yeah, it's not all rosy. It's not all roses and sunshine. Yeah, I won't talk about this big other thing. Hello David, the gaps to the upside. Okay, thank you Nicholas. Hello Sunil. Hello Testoterra. 180. You mean, okay, let me answer that one right now. 180.38. It's based on, the 180 that we have right here is based on this, here, and also the support here. This is where we are at right now. Price target. I don't have a price target. I don't believe in price targets. Because, we don't know when FSD is going to really work. Robotaxi, Optimus Prime. We don't know when the new cheaper model is going to start to be sold. Elon said 2025. So I don't know how people can predict the future, saying, well, Tesla stock is going to be $2,000 in 2030. Well, okay, they are taking a line like this and they are extrapolating that line, but so many things are going to happen before. So we don't need to play that game. We don't need to play the oh, Tesla stock is cheap right now because it's worth this. It's really worth this theoretically. And right now it's at this price. So I should buy it because it's worth this. So it will eventually reach that. This is completely theoretical. Theoretical. I don't play that game. I play the game of nobody wanted to pay more than 313.13, and then people started to pay higher than that. That's it. Oh, this is a buy because there's an imbalance between the buyers and sellers. That's it. Where is the imbalance going to take us? I don't know. But let's ride it until it stops. So this is a different game. This is a different game, and I don't even need the stock price. I just need to know, well, the price does not go higher than this, and now it goes higher. I want to buy at that higher price, whatever that price is, because it should continue. If it stayed at a certain level for a certain amount of time and then it continues, then it should continue. Yeah, people are afraid to invest in Tesla. Right now Tesla does not have, it does not have a lot of pizzazz. It does not have a lot of pizzazz. People don't like Elon Musk because he bought Twitter, and God forbid he is for free speech. I know free speech and hate speech. Hate speech is so bad. So yeah, people, yeah, totally. People don't like to do that. So right now, the question is, are you in Tesla or not? So right now I am in Tesla because, and I don't want to go too much into that because on this live right here, we have a lot of new people, I hope. So I don't want to get too complicated, but I played it on the 1 hour chart. I played it on the 1 hour chart, and on the 1 hour chart, we had a break of horizontal resistance at 158.73 right here, and then it continued and everything. So yes, I have my 3 criteria on the 1 hour chart. Okay, so for the rest of the time, so Mohamed Habib, I have many stocks, so yeah, I'll consider it. So every single day of the week, I look at all of these stocks right here. So that's almost 30 on the daily chart. I'm looking at them on the daily chart, and we are looking if we are breaking a resistance or not. On the Sunday, I am looking at the weekly chart. So the weekly chart is showing us longer term patterns. So this is what I am going to do for the rest of the time until 4:30. So we are going to look at the weekly chart of Tesla to see if the move we are seeing on the daily chart is going to, well, what are the chances that that move can last for weeks instead of just days? And I will give you that appreciation for each stock. So Tesla right now, we don't on the weekly chart. So each bar, each candle is worth 1 week. So for Tesla right now, we don't have stochastic over 60, and we have not broken any horizontal resistance on the weekly chart. So the weekly chart is not ready yet. So we might have a little bit of a buy signal on the daily, but not yet on the weekly. So if you catch a swing on the daily, sell it after the swing is over and keep your profit instead of waiting for it to come back down as a pullback, expecting it to continue, because it should not really continue because the weekly chart does not have the same bullish pattern. So Tesla is not yet ready for a weekly move. A daily move, it's very close to be ready. VIX. VIX is the fear factor of the stock market. We have lost stochastic over 60. This is going to be good. We should be continuing down a little bit. So this is one good thing. We are still above this bearish channel. So that's a second criteria that we don't have. If we were back into this, we would be happier. And also back into 1485. So, you know, we have one criteria out of 3 in terms of the bearishness. Bonds, they have a weekly bullish pattern. So bonds should be continuing higher for weeks. US dollar, the same thing. US dollar, you know, you see the bullish trend right here. This is going higher and higher. We have stochastic over 60. You know, this is climbing. So we should be expecting US dollars to continue climbing. In terms of oil, is that what it's called? Crude oil? Oil. So this one overall is into a congestion zone. Short term, we are bullish. In terms of weekly pattern, we are bullish, and we should be going easily up to $94, 93.77. We could be caving under 93.77, but so far we can take a swing. We can take that swing. If you want to buy, you can take that swing. Let's look at Dow Jones. So Dow Jones, short term. Okay, short term we have stochastic below 60. So this is not good, but we are still above 38,000, which is better. So this one should be going sideways for the foreseeable future. S&P 500, let me clear this up. So S&P 500, this one is into a bearish channel, but we still have a good stochastic. So the jury is still out. It should continue to go down because it's the lines that are more important than the stochastic, but stochastic is giving us maybe an indication of what could be happening. But S&P 500 is still coming down. And NASDAQ is going sideways. So NASDAQ, we should be expecting it to zigzag between 16,965 and 18,336. If we look at Apple, so Apple, this one is going sideways between 165.49 and 198.35. This should be going sideways. We have no indication right now that it wants to break 165.49. So we should be assuming that it could be going back up to 198.35. If we look at Amazon, this one is bullish. You know, we have a good stochastic. We came back down a little bit. We are going sideways. But this one, okay, I'm going to reserve my judgment for next week because we have an earnings call on April 30th. So this can change things very much. AMD, down. Don't touch that. ARM down also. We were going sideways and we crashed it. Now we have this bullish channel right here that we are into it. There's no stochastic. So this one, how can I say it? You know, let me go on the daily chart. We seem to be continuing into this channel. So we seem to be bullish, but in terms of the weekly chart, you know, we only have 2 candles and that are, you know, well, we have 1 candle that's in the bullish channel and the second one is below. So this is not super convincing. We don't have stochastic over 60 yet. So this one at the best, we could be having a little bit of a swing back to 116. But I would be concerned. I would be concerned a little bit with this one. Google, very good. Very good. Very bullish. This one should continue. Microsoft going sideways. and it seems to be holding, not too bad. Meta, we have lost stochastic, we have lost our congestion zone. This one is bearish for now. Maybe it's going to bounce in a couple of weeks on this. This remains to be seen, but so far we should not touch that. Nvidia weekly chart is bullish. You know, we have a good stochastic right here. We are into a congestion zone, and we broke outside of our downward channel. So, you know, I would be expecting it to go up to 973.59, and then we'll see if it caves in. So this one is bullish until 973.59. Palantir, this one is going sideways. It seems to be respecting 2045. If it breaks it, get out. But it's respecting it. If it starts breaking 23.28, then you can decide to buy back into it. SMCI, this is going down. This is a downward channel. SoFi, this one is going sideways. And you know, on the weekly, we have this here. We have this here that it needs to break. So this is a, you know, if it breaks this downward resistance, then we can start thinking about it again. So this one is not ready yet. Truth Social, so far not, you know, I'm not too fond of this so far. If it breaks 50, 80, okay. Between then, it's going to zigzag. I'm gonna skip this. Let's go to BYD. So BYD, the overall trend is going down. Right now we are going sideways. So it's possible that you catch the first swing to catch is this one until 28. The second swing, if it continues, up until $30, and then maybe it's gonna do this. So it's not a long-term play. This is not a long-term play. It's a, you know, it could last 4 or 5 weeks, but not longer than that. All of the EV stocks are doing really badly. So Lucid really badly. NIO, there's a little bit of an upswing, but the weekly chart is not in agreement with the daily chart. So at best, there could be a little bit of a swing that could be had here until 529, but nothing long term. Novonix very close to have something long term. Novonix, you know, this one is going sideways for now. 211 is very important. Xpeng, you know, I would not touch that yet. Rivian, I would not touch that yet. Bitcoin, this one is going sideways. The weekly chart is positive here with a good stochastic. You know, this one is interesting. This was oversold, you know, oversold right here. It continued, you know, when something is oversold, this means that our RSI indicator is higher than 75. No, sorry, it's higher than 70. So when it is oversold, it just means that it won't go higher for that much time. We should not sell, but we should be expecting it to cool down a little bit. So it started being oversold, you know, after this candle right here, and then it continued pretty far. Now we like to see this. We like to see that it's no longer oversold. So because it cannot remain oversold for ages. You know, here it was oversold a little bit. It did a little bit of a swing, and then it paused. Another swing that was overextended, and now it's pausing. So the pausing might not be finished, but it's nice to see that it's no longer oversold. So that's the positive news. So we might have to wait a few more weeks so that it takes another swing higher. And it is very close to this resistance right here, 67 288. It has a hard time staying. It has a hard time staying above 67 288, which a price that it touched on October 2021. So we are really at the top right here, and now it's pausing. So this is okay that it pauses like this. XRP, this one is not doing too well. There's no good stochastic outside of the bullish channel. So right now we could just be expecting it to go sideways. Gold oversold a little bit, huh? Oversold right here. You see, this is a great example. We had a resistance at 1654. We have a bit of support at 1329. We had another support at 1245. And C4, and this part here is from July 2020. So, it tried to break this. It tried to break 1654 and could not. And once it did, it continued. So this is a buy signal right here. This is a buy signal right here. So we have been watching it, and we called it. Silver on the weekly chart. This is a little bit better. Bullish channel. We should be expecting some turbulence at 1023. If it breaks 1023, then it should be going a lot higher. Okay, so now we have a sense of what can last a long time or not from the weekly chart. Now let's look at a new thing that we are looking at, and then the live is going to be over. So we are looking at the sectors. So sectors are indices that group certain companies by their nature. We have materials, we have consumer discretionary, consumer staples, energy, financial, healthcare, and here we can spot changes in those sectors so that we can decide which stock we might invest in. So I am trying to find the right format to talk about this. So I think I'm going to do it on the daily chart. Should I do it on the daily chart? Because if I do it on the weekly chart, this won't change that much. So maybe that's too far. Let me try on the daily. So on the daily chart, material sector, and I have an example of which stocks are part of each of which sectors for my members. So there's a post that I did that you can get that information. So materials, we seem to be bouncing pretty well on this. So materials is still bullish. Yes, there's no stochastic, but I prefer to have something that bounces on a line than to get stochastic. Stochastic is an indicator. Lines are a little bit more foolproof, because we could have stochastic that craters, but the stock price does not. So what counts is the stock price. I buy the stock price and I sell the stock price. I don't buy the stochastic and sell the stochastic. So this one is still good. It was not good for a while, and now it's turning good. This one right here, I'm not as bullish on this one. Yes, there's a bullish channel right here. So overall it's bullish, but we can readily see that we are into a congestion zone. So this one might become bullish very soon and might go up to 180. So there's a little bit of a swing to be had. But then the main trend, the current trend, is that it is going sideways. Consumer staples, this one has been going sideways for a long time, for 2-3 years. It is coming very close to its stop. So this one this is not super good until we break 76.62. I would say don't get into that one, and if you have some, you might consider selling it, because we are not breaking that top so far. We know we are caving in to that top. Energy sector. This one is good. Yeah, stochastic has been a little bit lower because of this big move up and down. So, but overall, if you look at the lines, we broke 93.26, which was an important resistance, and now we are bouncing on it. So far, energy sector is still good. So if you want to invest in oil and stuff like that, this is the time to do so. The financial sector, this one is going sideways. This one I would not touch for now, unless it breaks 41.71. In terms of the healthcare sector, no, I would not touch that one. This one has started to go down, and we have all information to tell us that it's going to continue going down. Industrial sector, this is a little bit overextended. It was going super well. Now it's bouncing right here. So I'm gonna say it's going sideways for now. We see that it's stuck right here. So this one is going sideways. You catch, you can maybe catch a bit of a swing, but not more than that. In fact, the sectors that I put a little bit of a green label, these are the ones that I personally think that are going bullish. Technology sector, we've seen it. This is going sideways a little bit. It wants to go back higher. We are back into the congestion zone. We still don't have stochastics, so the technology sector is still a little bit iffy. But we are going to get some earnings this week and next week for some companies, and then we are going to get a better idea if the technology sector is going to start again. But I have to say that the fact that it did not go super low, because even after it broke support here, it did not go super low, it came back up. That's pretty strong in itself. It picked up after itself pretty good. The communication sector, nope, this one, okay, sorry. Yes, I just saw this candle right here. It started to cave in and then picked up where it left off. So that's also very impressive. This one is going sideways. We are close to this resistance right here. So maybe eventually it's going to go back to support. So I'm not sure I would buy into this. Utilities, yes. So this one is nice. It was going down, broke it, retested it, and now we are starting this. This is the movement. So utilities, if you want to buy something for long term, buy utilities. And what is just this Pacific Gas and Electric? I think I took some special request last time. Real estate sector. So real estate, sorry, this is going sideways. So that is going to be it for today. So thank you guys for attending this live with me and commenting in the comments. I always like this. So I am doing a video every single day. Every single day we are looking at the stocks that we have right here. So this is free. This is part of YouTube. If you want to attend these Tesla weekly lives like we just did, this one was free because it's close to the first of the month. But usually they are you need to be a member in order to attend. So you can join my membership, and something has been What has been happening to this? Okay, I need to fix this. I don't know what happened because... Okay, so anyway, so thank you for watching. If you want to become a member, you can click on the join button on my channel. It costs approximately, I think it's 15 bucks, 15 bucks a month for 3 paid Tesla Weekly Live every week, and the 4th one is free for everybody. So that's not a lot of money, and this encourages me to continue. So I hope that you are going to join. Regardless, we are going to talk tomorrow. I'm going to do a video like I do at around 5 o'clock tomorrow at the market close. So I hope to see you there. And I'm going to wish you a great rest of the weekend. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.